Okay, mission 13. So here I've got 5 promotion points, which is what I'd get if I got the survival bonus in both missions. From this point, all I really need to do is promote Air Raid to an engineer, move our hero to position 2, and then I could start the mission. But because I have extra promotion points, I might as well give Hairdry some an engineer, or basically shrapnel. Yeah, so it's not necessary. It's just going to help us clean up if we need to use this pig. My plan actually doesn't. If it's going to plan, I don't actually need to use this 5th pig at all, and I'll just be aiming to skip a turn. But if there's a pig on low health, I can just skip a shrapnel from a distance across the map and hopefully finish off the pig. So with that, I'm just going to go straight into the game. Okay, Saboteur first. So the first little trick is trying to find a nice spot for our first mine. So pause here. So the way I've been lining it up is I can see this seam running all the way along here and continuing over here. I want my mine to be placed as close as possible to this seam with being in sort of this tile. If I place it over this side, the mine will end up in the wrong tile. But this little position where this circle is, the mine tends to have a collider which prevents the enemy gunner from reaching the pillbox. So yeah, as I remove this, so I'm trying to see this line. I don't know, it's between these two lines. You can sort of see the tiles like this. So that's my position on this. There are other tiles that you can place the mine. They all have different rates of success. I'm just going with this because this is the one that I've been comfortable with in the past. But I will learn a new one. I think Casta has a slightly different placement. But I'm going to go with this one. So I'm just going to point my hat over there. I might have put that a little too far close to my pig. Next part is just charging up roughly just over halfway and just hoping you get the extra 20. We'll see now if this path is a success or not. It is successful. Okay, I don't have to reset in shame. Right, next is Hero. Hero needs to jetpack over to the anti-P mines, and for that I'm going to be there's a little jutting out part of this landscape right in front of me. Then I'll be using the mini-map to line up my jetpack. So I'm going to get onto this last piece of land. The next thing to note is I'm going to then turn here. So really all I'm doing is lining up on the mini-map what I think is to the side, the left of this box. If I aim myself to the left of this box, my path actually gets rounded more towards this box. So yeah, so I sort of try to get a feeling for what is exactly fought by just using the minimap, and then jetpack to the side of the box. That will allow me to just about get onto this cliff. I can delay that a tiny bit. I can even land on this brown stuff, but not too much lower than that. Now here's a slight difference between any percent and this island percent. Because I'm not too worried about losing a pig. I can be more risky with the health, but I do kind of want this hero to survive. So because I need his airstrike. There is a way to jump on top of that pillbox. If you want to see that, then you can watch the current any % record. But for now, I'm just going to get as close as possible to this pillbox, place one of the anti-P mines that I just picked up, equip a cluster, and get to the last little vertical blob on there, detonate. Doesn't matter if that pillbox doesn't explode, because we'd end up finishing it off with the shrapnel later. But because it exploded, that's the best RNG that we can hope for. That guy sometimes takes forever with a bazooka. Next step is we need to open up another pillbox, and we're going to go for the one closest to us. This guy hit our mine. We're just going to get him into the water. And we're going to place our pig hopefully in range of any further shots from any of these two pigs, just about halfway or so. Blow him up. He might go near that other mine. He got a bit of extra damage on him. Yep. So we might now just be able to kill this pig with one more mine, as long as he doesn't walk too far away from the water. He is going to walk away. Okay, he's going to make the next turn a bit awkward. And he's wasting time. But the idea is we would mine him into water and then get the next shrapnel out. So I'm going to go slightly different way than I was planning, just to get this guy. His position isn't too bad if he doesn't die now, because he's going to be near our final airstrike. So this next one, if with our cluster, so if the pillbox survived on less than 20 health, we would now be able to take out 2 pillboxes in one turn, but I don't need to do that now. All I'm looking to do is put my pig on the center of this pillbox circle, which is already blown up, and aim right at the blue gun of this pillbox. That would ensure, if the previous pillbox hadn't already exploded, this piece of shrapnel will go into it. So I could already be charging up, but I'm just going to aim my pig at the blue gun. There was a lot of input lag. I'm going to retake that shot in a moment. I'm not sure what happened. I think it's because I've something to do with unpausing the game, or anyway. This guy is walking around, which isn't too bad, really. But instead of being able to skip my turn now, I now have to do the same turn again. So this isn't ideal, but some weird thing where it just completely lost my button press. I don't know if that came through on the mic or not, but I did definitely press. So full power, aiming at the gun, and he's down. Right, so the plan is to try and line up as many of these pigs along the bottom of this sort of mountain to try and line up the airstrike. I've got my saboteur now. This guy's a little bit out of place because he got to walk. Just going to blast him near where the airstrikes will land, and this turn will be to super shotgun this guy anywhere along near where the other lot have landed. I've just realized one has actually landed near my hero, so I might have to do some slightly more careful airstrike positioning than normal. This guy. I should be able to get everyone all with one airstrike if this guy doesn't move. The individual level for this has gone a lot more better than this, but as I'm trying to explain, it's not gone too bad. So I should be able to hopefully get 55 and everyone should receive some damage. And that's this level. I'll link the individual level because it kind of did everything that I was trying to explain, but just better. Also, if you want to watch if you have a plan which involves collecting the medal, there's the any % route, which has a wall climb. It takes quite a few extra seconds to get up there, so probably not going to be used in this Grand Prix. That's mission 12. I'm actually going to play back. I'm going to go back now and reload a state to show 2 pillboxes being blown up with 1 shrapnel. Okay, so this should now take out both pillboxes. So in the center and aiming at the blue gun as much as possible. So you hear both of them, you can see on the minimap they're both falling down. Yeah, that would be the plan there. This level has gone much more to plan. Assuming these guys don't walk around too much, which they have been a little bit. It's just wasting little bits of time here and there. But I should be able to get these guys close for the final airstrike. Assuming my guy survives. This guy doesn't need to do anything. This guy should just pistol. The saboteur, yep, looks great. Now I'll be able to super shotgun this guy nearby. Just turn around and aim up. Hero is on 30, which is kind of risky. If this doesn't go to plan, I think even walking over here with some TNTs and stuff would finish off everyone. But I'm kind of hoping this guy misses. Yeah, she does, by just a bit. Weird thing with the menu is all the weapons on the hero are in weird places because we've picked up a weapon, we've used our cluster and jetpack. I think it's more using both cluster and jetpack. Everyone should be dead now. Yeah, unfortunately not everyone went in the water, but that one went more to plan, even through the second time. Yeah, so a few things to note. When placing the anti-P mine, I'm standing next to the anti-P mine, otherwise it won't go off. I should have probably explained that as I was placing it. So that's why I'm placing it as as close to the pillbox as I can get with my pig, so I'm keep walking into it as much as possible to get slightly inside the bounding box. And I'm just going to turn around. And then, yeah, you just need to make sure that pillbox is on 20 health or lower with the next cluster. There's a lot of ideas with this level, but because all the enemies start in pillboxes, this is actually the longest level in all of our individual level records. It's we can't easily cheat any enemy pigs out of bounds or get them into mines easily. So yeah, this is the longest level, and it requires a lot of shrapnels. There could be other lineups which are good, which flamethrowers are good, but then pyros are quite expensive. So I feel like that's why this island will be more shaped towards at least a few engineers and saboteurs and such. As I said, we didn't actually need to promote hairdry to an engineer because ideally we want to skip turn with that pig. But we do want shrapnels. Well, we want the super shotgun for our first pig and the shrapnel as well, yep. So yeah, the first 3 of our engineer classed pigs will be using shrapnels. But that's as much as there is to explain with this level. This level is more down to how much time the AI wastes with just walking around. We hope they just immediately skip turn as much as possible or fire bazookas into water and such. But sometimes the AI just does AI things. Anyway, good luck with this one.